250th anniversary of the Battle of Culloden, a special programme, The Fate o' Charlie. Dougal Graham, an 18th century rhymer, wrote a metrical history of the 1745 Jacobite Uprising, which of course culminated in the Battle of Culloden on the 16th of April 1746. Here, actor John Bett reads extracts from Graham's insider's account of events of the uprising. Glasgow singers Gordina McCulloch, Mick West and his band illustrate the story.
Little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming, Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming, Don's coming, Colin's coming, Ron's coming, Duke's coming, Lachlan's coming, Alistair and Daw's coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming, Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming.
Scotland and England must be now united in a nation, and we must all perjure and vow and take the abjuration. The Stuarts' ancient freeborn race, now we must all give over, and we must take into their place the bastards of Hanover.
To and king and no king and uncle and father, to him that's all these yet allowed to be neither. Come push it about with the bottles of standard, if you know what I mean. It's a health to your landlord. To and queen and no queen and aunt and no mother, come boys, let us cheerfully drink off another. And now to be honest, we'll stick by our facer and stand by our landlord as long as we press her. To ain't prince and no prince ain't son and no bastard, be shrewd them that say it and lie that is fostered. God bless them all three, we'll conclude with this one, sir. It's a health to your landlord, his wife and his son, sir. To a man of true tongue, once more we'll advance, boys. We've one that's in Flanders, the other's in France, boys. Then about with the health, let him come then. Send a one or two England, and both are at home then.
In the year 1741, an imperious and bloody war began amongst kings and queens in Germany. Who should the Roman emperor be? French and Prussians did jointly go, the Hungarian queen to overthrow, but British, Hanoverians and Dutch espoused her cause, and that too much from year to year. The flame it grew, till armies to the field they drew. At Dittingen and Fontenoy did many thousand lives destroy, and then the French. They formed a plan to animate our Highland clan by sending the Pretender's son to claim Great Britain as his own.
Though Geordie reigns and Jimmy stead, I'm grieved yet scorn to show that. I'll ne'er look down nor hang my head on rebel wake for all that. And thrice as muckle as all that. And though he's o'er the seas the night, he'll soon be here for all that. Then well our braw militia lads rewarded be for all that. When they fling back their black cockades, a hellish badge I call that. For all that, and thrice as muckle as all that. And though he's o'er the seas the night, he'll soon be here for all that. As night is banished by the day, the white shall wear a war that The sun shall then his beams display, and we'll be blithe for all that, and thrice as muckle as all that. And though he's o'er the seas the night, he'll soon be here for all that.
In the month of July, 45, this project into act they drive. Prince Charles, the Pretender's son, on board a French frigate is gone, with Sullivan of Irish birth, and Tullyburn of noble worth, with other 5 Scots natives more, left Lazare on Brittany shore. The Scottish coast he reached at last, amongst the isles into the west, near Loch Aber did they land. At Kinloch Moidart, I understand. The Highland chiefs drew clans together, but of the end did not consider, if their designs miscarry should, how that they were of all befooled.
Come boat me our, come row me our, come boat me our to Charlie. I'll gie John Ross another bobby. Te boat me our to Charlie. We'll over the water, we'll over the sea, we'll over the water to Charlie. Come we'll, come woe, we'll gather and go, and live and die with Charlie. It's will I loo my Charlie's name, though some there be abhor him. But oh, to see old Nick gone hame, and Charlie's face before him. We'll over the water, we'll over the sea, we'll over the water to Charlie. Come we'll, come woe, we'll gather and go, and live and die with Charlie. I swear by moon and stars sae bright, and sun that glances early, if I had 20,000 lives, I'd give them all for Charlie. We'll over the water, we'll over the sea, we'll over the water to Charlie. Come we'll, come woe, we'll gather and go, and live and die with Charlie.
The Camerons rose, headed by Lochiel, and Stuarts did under Appin dwell. With the MacDonalds of Glengarry, these clans did first his arms carry. The rumour spread through all the land of the Pretender and his band. Then Sir John Cope, Generalissimo, troops in Scotland prepared to go, and all inventions did contrive to catch that prince, dead or alive. A proclamation there was made of 30,000 for his head, yet this did not prevent his friends him to assist with men and means. From different corners of the land they came for to augment his band.
When first he landed on the strand, a graceful look, so that brave laddie made every Eland heart to warm, and lang to where the tartan played. When Geordie heard the news, believed that he was come before his daddy. He 30,000 pound would give to catch him in his tartan played. Oh, my bonny Hieland lad, my handsome charming Hieland laddie, may heaven guard and him reward in bonnet blue and tartan plaidie. He sent John Cope unto the north, with all his men for battle ready, but Charlie boldly sallied forth with bonnet blue and belted plaidie. Cope raider raised the Inverness, and from the Prince Gate south already, like lion bold, all uncontrolled, with belt and brand and tartan plaidie.
Cope into the north he went, thinking their growth for to prevent, while he marched on from hill to hill, but them to find he had no skill. For Charles sent in their way a scout, at which they followed close pursuit, over the mountains to Inverness, before he heard where Charlie was possessed of the town of Perth. And there was joined by men of worth, the Drummonds and Duke John by name, whose style was Perth of noble fame. There Elcho came, and Broughton too, with Balmerino not a few. Kilmarnock also gave consent, and afterwards unto them went, with many more from north to south, of gentlemen the flower of youth. Here of Prince Regent he took the name, and his royal father did proclaim, King of Great Britain and Ireland, with all its titles, you'll understand.
Wha will ride with gallant Murray, wha will ride with George Isell? He's the flower o' Glenilla and the darling o' Dunkeld. See the white rose in his bonnet, see his banner o'er the tay. Has good sortie now, has drawn it, and has flung the sheath away. Every faithful Murray follows, first of heroes, best of men. Every true and trusty Stuart blithely leaves his native glen. The lads are lads of honour, Westland rogues are rebels, oh. When we come within our border, we make guard the Campbell's claw. Wha will ride with gallant Murray, wha will ride with George Isell? He's the flower o' Glenilla and the darling o' Dunkeld. See the white rose in his bonnet, see his banner o'er the tay. Has good sortie now, has drawn it, and has flung the sheath away. Mingus, he's a friend and brother, Gaskins, Rowan, Army slack. Noble Bertha's ta'en the field, and all the Drummonds at his back. Let us ride with gallant Murray, let us fight for Charlie's crown. From the night we'll never surrender till we bring the tyrants down. Wha will ride with gallant Murray, wha will ride with George Isell? He's the flower o' Glenilla and the darling o' Dunkeld. See the white rose in his bonnet, see his banner o'er the tay. Has good sortie now, has drawn it, and has thrown the sheath away. Macintosh, the gallant soldier, where the Grahams and Gordons gay. They have ta'en the field of honour, slight of all their chiefs could say. Bend the musket, point the rapier, shift the broad for Lowland shoe. Scale the dark and face the danger, Macintosh is all to do. Wha will ride with gallant Murray, wha will ride with George Isell? He's the flower o' Glenilla and the darling o' Dunkeld. See the white rose in his bonnet, see his banner o'er the tay. Has good sortie now, has drawn it, and has flung the sheath away.
From Perth they marched into Dunblane, and then by Doon the road they've ta'en. September on the 13th day, from Doon they marched in good array, and at the Frew they crossed the Forth, the only passage from the north. Then through Torwood with speed they passed, to Callendar House they came at last, a little by East Falkirk town, where store of arms in it they found, whereof they surely stood in need. Then to Linlithgow did proceed. When Charles found how all might be, he marched on courageously. South from the city he camped again, while the surrender was made plain. In the night, September the 17th, into the city all marched in. Then tiding came in from Dunbar of General Cope's arrival there.
Cope sent a letter frae Dunbar, oh Charlie, meet me in Jedar, and I'll undo the art of war if you meet me in the morning. Hi, Johnny Cope, are you walking yet? And are your drums a-beating yet? If ye were walking, I would wait to gang till the close in the morning. The Chevalier, been void of fear, did march up for so brave man, and Putin enter he did stand as fast as he could gae man. While General Cope did taunt and mock, with money allowed as a man. But ere next month proclaimed the court, we had another crawl man. The bluff dragoons were blood moons, they'd mag the rebels run man, and yet they flee when them they see, and when a fire a gunman. They turned their back, their foot they brag, such terror seized them all, man. Some wet their cheeks, some filed their breeks, and some for fear did fall, man. Now Johnny, be as good's your word, come let us try both fire and sword, and dinner on a wall like a frightened bird that's chased for its nest in the morning. Aye, Johnny, go, but you walking yet? Are your drums a beating yet? If we were walking, I would wait to gang to the close in the morning.
The poor foot left here paid for all, not in fair battle with powder and ball, but horrid swords of dreadful length, so fast came on with spite and strength, and back to back long did they stand, till lost was many a head and a hand. Above 300 lay on the field, 1,500 were forced to yield, the rest with cope got clear away, and so ended this bloody fray, since called the Battle of Prestonpans, fought by John Cope and Charlie's clans.
Aye, Johnny, go, but you walking yet? Are your drums a beating yet? If we were walking, I would wait to gang to the close in the morning.
Pinkay House, near Edinburgh, September 21st, 1745. Sir, since my last from Perth, it has pleased God to prosper your Majesty's arms under my command, with a success that has even surprised my wishes. On the 17th, we entered Edinburgh, sword in hand, and got possession of that town without being obliged to shed one drop of blood, or to do any violence. And this morning, I have gained a most signal victory with little or no loss. If I had had a squadron or two of horse to pursue the flying enemy, there would not one man of them have escaped. As it is, they have hardly saved any but a few dragoons, who, by a most precipitate flight, will, I believe, get into Berwick. If I had obtained this victory over foreigners, my joy would have been complete. But as it is over Englishmen, it has thrown a damp upon it that I little imagined. The men I have defeated were your Majesty's enemies, it is true, but they might have become your friends and dutiful subjects when they had got their eyes open to see the true interest of their country, which I am come to save, not to destroy. For this reason, I have all public rejoicing. I am so distracted with these cares, jointed to those of my own people, that I have only time to add that I am, sir, your Majesty's most dutiful son and obedient servant, Charles. To Edinburgh then he did return. His great triumph made many mourn. Through Lothian then it was the way, whose man he was he durst not say. To Holyrood House great Charles then went in with all his noble men. Being low out of the castle's view, there to him flocked not a few, who were in dread to come before, but now they thought the conquest o'er.
We all mun muster soon the morn, we all mun march right early, o'er misty mountain, mossy muir, along with Royal Charlie. Yon German cove that fills the throne, he clamped it most unfairly. Say off we'll set and try and get his birthright back to Charlie. Oh, better loved ye canna be, yet when we see him wearing our Highland garb sae gracefully, 'tis aye the mair endearing, though all that now adorns his brow be but a simple bonnet. Ere lang we'll see of kingdoms three the royal crown upon it. But e'en should fortune turn her heel upon the righteous cause, boys, we'll show the world we're firm and leal, and never will prove false, boys. We'll fight while we hae breath to draw, for him we love sae dearly, and in and all we'll stand or fall along wi' Royal Charlie.
Then taking leave of Adina, they and to Dalkeith all marched away. 1st of November camped there, and then for England did prepare. At the English border they did unite, all in a body, their troops complete. Near Canobay in Liddesdale they entered Cumberland in hail, then did assault the Fort Carlisle, which did hold out but little while.
Ye warlike men with tongue and pen, who bore such loud bravadoes, and swear you'll tame with sword and flame the Highland desperadoes. Attend my verse while I rehearse your modern deeds of glory, and tell how Cope, the nation's hope, that beat the rebel Tory, with sword and tart in dreadful rage. The mountain lads descended, they cut a hack, a lag, the battle soon was ended, and happy he who first could flee. Both soldiers and commanders swore in affright they'd rather fight in Germany or Flanders. Some lost their wits, some fell in fits, some stuck in bogs and ditches. Sir John aghast like lightning passed, degrading sore his breeches. The blue-cap lads with belted plaids sang scampered o'er the border, and old Carlisle in noble style obeyed the leader's order.
At Carlisle he did leave a band, the town and fort for to command. From thence to Penrith did proceed, and then for Kendal marched with speed. To Lancaster they came indeed, which news put England in great dread. In formal market towns he passed, to Staffordshire he came at last. He here to fight had no desire, took east the moors for Derbyshire, kept south by east for Derby town, in full career for London bound. But there received intelligence his friends to rise had now no chance. They all in council did agree, backward for Scotland then to flee.
New London town was on her knees, but the Hieland lads were far frae cheery, and they left for hame through the want o' men, and they waved farewell to young London ladies. Hame farewell, King farewell, it's saughty bad, our King farewell.
To Gretna and Annan they march away, them to Dumfries on the next day. When from Dumfries they came away, Hamilton they reached on the next day. To Glasgow they came the next day, in a very poor, forlorn way. 8 days in Glasgow they did rest, until they were all clothed and dressed. And though they on the best oat fed, the town they under tribute laid. 10,000 sterling made it pay, for being off the Georgian way.
At Glasgow town they found their shoon, but the merchant folk they grat recht sairly. The prince turned round said he'd burn the town, Lochiel said no, and the prince he darnay. Hame farewell, King farewell, it's saughty bad, our King farewell.
December on the 22, the English round Carlisle they drew. As soon as they began to fire, they beat the walls as low as mire, and made a breach both broad and wide on the castle wall on the west side. To enter there began to form, and take the fort by bloody storm.
White was the rose in his gay bonnet, as he folded me in his broached plaidy, his hand woke clasped the truth o' love. Oh, it was I in battle ready, his lang, lang hair and yellow hanks waved o'er his cheeks, sae sweet and ruddy, but knew they wave our Carlisle's yet, and drippin' ringlets clot and bloody. When I come first by bonny Carlisle, was ne'er a tune sae sweetly seen. The white rose flaunted o'er the wa', the threstled banners far were streaming. When I come next by bonny Carlisle, oh sad, sad scene, the tune and deary, the old man come out and wept. Oh maiden, come ye to seek your dearie? There's ye drop of blood atween my breasts, and twa when my lengths o' hair say yellow. The tail I'll ne'er wash, and the tither ne'er came, but I'll sit and pray aneath the willow. Way upon that cruel heart, way upon that hand sae bloody, which feed on our richest Scottish blood, and Maxie Money Adolph widow.
Charlie from Glasgow took his route. Lochiel he led his clan about, by Cumbernauld another way, lest Kirkintillich they should repay. Near Stirling then they all did meet, summoned the town for to submit. But at this instant Hawley came, which put a stop to their fierce aim. Hard by Falkirk on the north side the English banners were displayed.
The Highlandmen came down the hill, and now we right good well. Now Geordie's men may brag their fill, for well but they were brawman. They had 3 generals, oh the best, with lairds and lords and all the rest. Shields were bred to stand the test, and could not run a war man. Says brave Lochiel, pray have we won? I see no trip and I hear no gun. Says Drummond, faith the battle's done. I know not how nor why, man, but my good lord's this thing I crave, for we defeat these heroes brave. Says Murray, I believe we have, and if not, we're here to try, man. But try they up or try they down, there was no foe in Falkirk, nor yet in all the country round to brag a sword at all, man. They were so bold at break of day, when toward the west they took their way. But the Highlandmen came down the play, and made the dogs they blow, man. A tyke is but a tyke at best, a coward ne'er will stand the test. And wench at morn walk up the crest, or in he got a fall, man. Away before these northern lads with their great swords and white cockades, their lengths a carved and heavy bloods, their wench they ne'er can draw, man.
The Duke of Perth laughed in his sleeve, and Charles himself could scarce believe that Hawley was turned such a coup as flee when none was to pursue. The plundering wives and savage boy did many wounded men destroy. With dirks and skeins they fell a-sticking, for which they well deserved a kicking. And hundreds more are you assure, who came to see their Falkirk muir. Now Charles must the mountains keep, among the goats, cows, and sheep. His army sure was sorely spent, ere into Inverness he went, having naught but deserts by the way, want of meat and scant of pay. Riven of Badenoch they took, and laid it flat on every nook. To Inverness when they drew near, Lord Loudon did from it retire. So town and castle became his own, the fort was levelled with the ground.
Little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming. Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming, Don's coming, Colin's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Lachlan's coming, Alistair and Ross coming. Little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming. Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming, Don's coming, Colin's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Lachlan's coming, Alistair. Doors coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming. Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming, Don's coming, Colin's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Lachlan's coming, Alistair and Doors coming. Little what she was coming, little what she was coming, little what she was coming. Jock and Tam and Nos coming, Duncan's coming, Don's coming, Ron's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Lachlan's coming, Alistair. Doors coming, what she was coming, what she was coming, what she was coming. John's coming, Doors coming, Don's coming, Don's coming, Ron's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Paul's coming, Al's coming, Doors coming, Don's coming, Don's coming, Ron's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Ron's coming, John's coming, Doors coming, Don's coming, Ron's coming, Ron's coming, Ron's coming, Dirk's coming, Paul's coming, Al's coming, Doors coming.
On the 8th day of April, when air and season sweet did smile, Duke William then began to move, the time and season to improve, for the Duke had always in his thought that crossing Spey would be dear bought. But when he found no opposition, of other schemes he had suspicion. To Elgintown they marched that night, as the Highland Corps had ta'en their flight. From thence to Nairn on the next day, there on the 15th encamped lay, where the Duke's birth was celebrate, and Charles' intent was to beat But when near to the camp they came, they could not execute their plan, for Murray and Sully could not agree on what side the attack should be. For want of courage in such a plight, they argued till the morning light. Then the Duke's drums fell a-beating, and they thought fit to be retreating.
Lochiel, my brave Lochiel, beware o Cumberland, my dearie. Culloden's field, this day will seal the fate o Scotland's in Prince Charlie. He is a prince, they dare say know the truth o' this we all can fairly. Then what would no join hand in hand to keep fae scathe her in Prince Charlie?
And that day near the hour of 12, at Culloden House found them all. The Highland army here were ranged, that no position could be changed. Then seeing all in order right, the signal gave for bloody fight. His front to fall some paces back, and then the cannon began to crack. It hewed them down, aye, score by score, as grass doth fall before the moor. And then such terror on them fell, that what to do they could not tell, whether that they should fight or flee, or with the rest stand there and die.
Donald's gin up the hill hard and hungry, Donald's come down the hill wild and angry. Donald will clear the Gough's Nest cleverly, here's to the king and Donald McGillivray. Come like a waybuck, Donald McGillivray, come like a waybuck, Donald McGillivray. Balance them fair and balance them cleverly, off with the counterfeit Donald McGillivray. Donald has fought and with reef and roguery, Donald has done up with banes and beggary. Better it were for wags and waggery, meeting the devil than Donald McGillivray. Come like a tale of Donald McGillivray, come like a tale of Donald McGillivray. Push about and tumble them cleverly, here's to King James and Donald McGillivray.
Had no conduct to consider, or in a body rushed together, but some drew back, others advanced, they all into confusion launched. But Macpherson's, Camerons, and the Stuarts, who did disdain the name of cowards, all rushed on, quite void of fright, and choosed death before a flight. Yet many, in rage, came rushing on, till bayonets through their back were gone, the bright points on the other side. So bravely was their valour tried. If all their front had so come on, I know not how the day had gone. Their lives they did not sell for naught, the Duke himself owned they were bought.
My name 'tis Baldy Fraser, man, I'm poor and maud and pale and man, a bright machine that turned my hand upon Culloden's lee, man. Our Highland lads are bold and stout, they thought to turn their foes about, but got that day a desperate rout, and now the hell did flee, man. Sae curly burly ne'er was seen, wi' cuff and buffs and blunted in, their heeling swords of metal keen, were gleaming grand to see, man. Sure Charlie and the great Lochiel had been that day beside themselves to planters in the open field, and the artillery's man. For then we drafted that for that, I thought it would tip at me mad to see so many a Highland lad lie bleeding on the lee, man.
Those on the left stood still as stupid. Some would advance, others back skipped. Dreadful cannons on them did blatter, till at last they were forced to scatter. The French brigades who puffed so hie, into a bog were fain to flee. Great Stapleton, their brigadier, in every spall did quake for fear. Now Charles, the prince, yet kept the field, and loth was he to flee or yield. Major Kennedy, with some troops of horse, out of the field he did him force, and those behind on field who stayed, ran everywhere, being so afraid.
But that we met wi' Cumberland and Arnold's Brazer, yonder strand the blood o' a savage band had died a German seaman. And cousin Geordie up the gate we would to youth Charlie seat, and sent them hame wi' honour great to bide in Germany, man. Sae curly burly ne'er was seen, wi' cuff and buffs and blunted in, their heel and swords o' metal keen were gleaming grand to see, man. Oh, had you seen the flight of dead? We ran until we turned to bread, not looking back for fear escape. But terror the hell did flee, man. Yet Britons ever must deplore the day upon Remorsey Moor, where 1,000 tens were drenched in gore or hung atop a tree, man.
As each mischief followed another, things went to wreck just altogether. Their bagpipes mournfully did roar, and Pibroch Goyle was no more. This was a day of lamentation, made many brave men leave their nation. Their eyes were opened, all was vain. Now grief and sorrow was their gain.
Oh, where shall I gae seek my bread? Oh, where shall I gae wander? And where shall I gae hide my head? For here I'll bide nae longer. The seas may row, the winds may blow, and sweep me round and danger. My native land I must forego and roam a lonely stranger. The glen that was my father's own must be by him forsaken, and the house that was my father's home is levelled with a bracken. Ochone, our glories o'er, stole by a mean deceiver. Our hands around the broad claymore, but might is brag forever. And now, my prince, my injured prince, thy people have disowned thee, hae hunted and hae driven thee down, where ruined chiefs around thee. The brave they just fell in the dust, on ruin's brink we quaver. Heaven's patrimony is turned on thee. Adieu, adieu forever.